Hi, this is
Ariel.
and Thomas. And we're going to teach you this time how to do side star. Before getting into it, let's talk a little bit about side star. Because until now you've learned pretty easy poses that are easy to learn and give you a big pop of like, wow. And side star is the first thing that's going to be a little bit of a struggle. Traditionally, a lot of people take some like 2-3 classes until they get side star. However, we've broken it down in a way where you can probably learn it a lot faster. And I'm going to talk a little bit about like why we do it, so you don't skip certain steps that are really helpful. Basically, side star is really hard because, can I hold your shoulder for a moment?
Of course.
As a flyer, you're gonna be in this pose, and if your hips are a little bit forward, basically no matter what everyone else does, it's not gonna work out. And those are these like little elements that can really throw you off. And if you're trying to figure out all the elements at the same time, it'll just take a long time because you're trying a lot of things. So in learning movement, a lot of times we reduce degrees of freedom. And remember terminology, every joint is a degree of freedom you have. And the more you take away degrees of freedom, the more you can just focus on one degree and figure it out. So that's why in the previous lesson we just learned the half moon pose. And you want to make really sure you get this right. I know sometimes people, they're like, it's hard, it's uncomfortable, I want to do acro. But if you don't get it right, then you try to do it on top of someone else. I see the big smile. It's just not gonna go well. And what we're gonna do this time is, we're going to go into our side star, and we're gonna do it very procedural. And the more procedural you do it, the better you'll succeed. The flyer will get into the half moon pose, and she'll start leaning over on top of me. And the first issue people have is bases try to immediately push up. And then you get this battle of the flyers trying to get over, the bases trying to get up and pushes them out, and then it's just like a tug of war. And it's not gonna go well. So what you wanna do is flyer goes into the half moon shape, starts leaning across the base, and once the flyer is all the way across the base, then the base pushes up. If you can keep it as procedural as that, you're likely to have pretty early success. So we're gonna show you. As a flyer, you wanna stand next to the hips or a little bit higher. If you're below the hips, things are not gonna work out. I'm gonna place my foot a little bit below where her hip crease is going to be. And you wanna point your front foot to my hip. This one all the way to my hip.
Oh.
Yeah, your body to the camera.
Oh. Got it.
Yeah, just like a turnout. And now she's going to go into her half moon. She's gonna lean across me. And once I have her whole weight, I'm just gonna push up. And notice how her hip is nicely stacked, everything's stacked. I'm gonna guide her hand to my knee. And notice her hand is on the inside of my knee, not the outside, and her fingers are pointing down. If I were very short and her arms were very long, her hand would be lower, or vice versa. The hand kind of goes wherever it needs to go. And we have a really beautiful tight side star.
Yay.
And to come down, I'm just gonna lower my leg, and she can walk out. Let's talk about spotting. Can you go to like a half moon?
On the ground?
Just
Want
with
me
the
to-
back facing me. Oh, if you stand up, that's not quite a half moon.
Oh.
It's
I
a
don't
thing.
remember. I was gonna say I don't
Yeah.
do yoga.
As a spotter, I'm going to be next to her hips. Remember, hip bones are really good handles. If you're higher on the squishy part, not comfortable for the flyer, not a good handle. So I'm going to be next to the hips. And then if someone were to fall, you can grab them by the hip bone and you can kind of put them back in the stack or help them get out. Can you go back for a moment?
Yeah.
Just like a note, like if you start a lot of time, you're gonna get a hips that's tilted forward. So can you just show? Like if you get the hip going forward, it's not gonna balance. So you really wanna focus on stacking your hip. A lot of flyers also struggle to get their foot into a nice line. The foot might come all the way back here, or like up or in any place. So you wanna get the nice alignment. Awesome. And that's it. Do you wanna add any flyer cues?
Not that I can think of. I feel like you hit everything.